what happens when you take a beloved, simple toddler plaything and cross it with a IP property that no child should ever watch? We're doing Little People sets this week on Action Figure Wishlist. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Collects Podcast. Welcome to Action Figure Wishlist, powered by WeAreCritics.com. I'm your host, DJ. This is a weird one, I'll fully admit it. Somewhere a few years ago, these became a thing where you can get Little People of the Golden Girls. I don't get it. But since then, they've come with everything. We have Golden Girls, Oh Lucy, E.T., Wednesday, Big Bang Theory, Big Lebowski, Seinfeld, The Office, Parks and Recreation, whatever. And they're very, very tempting because they are adorable. I'm not gonna lie. There are no children in my house. My daughter is in her 20s, and yet we still buy them. I do not know. Now they've done these for everything. Like I said, from Golden Girls to Harry Potter to Wednesday, Big Bang, The Office, Mean Girls. The list is actually, it's quite insane, what they've done. But there's always room for more. Considering they seem to be able to get the IP for anything they want, we decided to throw together a top 5 of things we want to see in the Little People collector sets. Yes, we're doing preschool toys here as grown men. It is what it is. Number 5 is actually a modern IP. It's the comedy series Ghosts, which I absolutely adore. I watched the British one. I love the American one. So Ghosts is a property where you could get 2 or 3 sets out of it. So who would go with my first set? I went with Sam, who's the main character, because she has to be in there. And then I picked 3 ghosts. I went with Pete, Hetty, and Thorfinn. Those are my 3 favorites. You could make a case that instead of Thorfinn, you'd put Isaac, the Revolutionary War guy. I went Thorfinn. Why? He's a Viking. I like Vikings. He's got a beard. I have a beard. He's my people. Number 4, going back to one of my favorite movies as a kid, one of my favorite movies now, one of the greatest sports movies ever made. We're going to The Sandlot. The Sandlot did get Funkos, which is very cool. I have an awesome Funko of Hercules, signed by almost the entire cast except for Benny, because Mike doesn't do signings anywhere, which is unfortunate. But so I would do a Sandlot box. I would do 4. I would do Benny the Jet. I would do Ham. Smalls has to be in there. And I'm going to put Hercules the dog in there. Now, you could fit one more character possibly. I would maybe go Squints. If you could do a 5. I've seen 5-packs. Like Saved by the Bell was a 5-pack that was $30. So you could do 5 and put Squints in there. But I think you need to do these 4 and then do a second set with all the other guys, Tommy and Squints and Wendy Peppercorn and all that stuff. So Sandlot's number 4. Number 3, talking about things that children should never ever watch. We're doing The Sopranos. Sopranos went for 7 seasons again, and more characters than you can shake a stick at. You could make these things forever, but the first Sopranos pack would be, for me, Tony, obviously, Sil, Paulie, and Christopher. That's easy. Easy. Slam dunk. That thing would come out and you would sell a gazillion of them, and it wouldn't even be a problem. Okay, here's where things get weird. My number 2 is a movie that is near and dear to me. I love this movie. I watch this. This is my Halloween movie. This is my every year movie. I watch it during the spring too. I watch it twice a year. It's a movie called The Monster Squad. Came out in the late 80s. Did not do well, but has formed a gigantic cult following over the years. I've been to screenings. I've met the cast. It's just, I just caught it at a good point in time where it's a big deal to me. But Monster Squad also right for the Little People touch. And I think you'd be pleasantly surprised how well they sell because of the characters you put in it. So I have Sean, who's the main character, his little sister Phoebe, Rudy, and this one's going to be a 5-pack. I'm putting Frankenstein and Dracula. Dracula's the bad guy. You need him in there. But Frankenstein is such an essential part of the story. You can't leave any of these out. You could do Horse and the Black Lagoon and the Wolfman and the Dad. But that's a separate pack. But if you're only gonna get one crack at this, it's Sean, Rudy, Phoebe, Dracula, Frankenstein. Again, this would come out. I think you would be very pleasantly surprised how well it sells because the Monster Squad doesn't have a lot of merchandise in the States. So it would, I'm telling you, it would be a big deal. Fisher Price, I'm telling you, Monster Squad is where it's at. Okay, my number one. I had to think of a TV show that I want to go you could just go off HBO and you could say, hey, The Wire. They're not going to make Little People for The Wire. That's just not as great as it was. Or, hey, Oz. Let's do Oz ones. Let's do, naked Christopher Maloney and solitary confinement as a Little People. You can't do that kind of stuff. So that's even too much for this. So I went with a sitcom, something a little more lighthearted. There's a whole bunch of sitcoms you could go through. Some of my favorites, I was thinking maybe Newhart, but Newhart I don't think would work. But I went with Scrubs. When Scrubs was on the air, Scrubs was my show. I adore Scrubs. I went the 4-pack, your standard $25 4-pack. I went JD and Turk, obviously. And I added Elliot because she was my favorite. I love Sarah Chalk. And I went Dr. Cox. Because that's a good mix. Again, it's another show where you could do 20 packs with all the different JDs and Turks and the Todd. The Todd would make a hilarious little person. Janitor, Gooch. I mean, you could keep going on and on. But again, they have done shows where they do multiple packs. Harry Potter has multiples. I know the Golden Girls actually have a new one coming out where they're in their loungewear, nighttime stuff. But again, I know it's a weird pull. I know it is, but they're so cool. This is the one I grabbed upstairs. We have this one. We have E.T. We have I Love Lucy. We have Big Bang. We have, I forget. We got a stack of them upstairs. So you look at that. How do you not want to buy that? It's just 4 old ladies who want to take your $25. So again, if I had my way and I got to pick the next 5 Little People packs, it would be Ghosts, The Sandlot, The Sopranos, Monster Squad. If you haven't watched Monster Squad, go look up Monster Squad. It's Universal Monsters, and it's like Goonies, and they mash them together. It's amazing. And Scrubs. So, again, everyone, what little person pack are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to any little person pack? Do you have small kids? Do they play with Little People? Do you have the Disney ones or the Marvel ones or something? Let me know down below, because they're still action figures. I don't care. They're action figures. They count. Let me know, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Again, pound the bell. Subscribe if you could, please. We're trying to grow. We appreciate you. And again, if you're into anything like movie reviews, interviews, celebrity stuff, out of 30 reactions, check out wearecritics.com. They have you covered. Clappy does it all. So, thank you for stopping by Action Figure Wishlist and the Collects Podcast. Plenty more coming down the pike. And again, thank you for the support. And everybody, happy hunting.